Can we do something? I am boring. She don't want to come out tonight. If you can't make it today, we can do it also another day. These are just a few of the mistakes I've heard many of my students and friends make. Even my most advanced students, people with huge vocabularies who have been living in the UK for many years, still make a few mistakes that make them sound much less fluent. Chances are you are also probably making some of these mistakes because they are quite common. But don't worry. Today, I'm going to help you fix the mistakes that are holding you back from sounding like a true Brit. For this video, I've drawn on my years of teaching experience and chosen the most common errors I've heard again and again. Whether my students were from Poland, Bangladesh, Japan or Brazil, these mistakes came up for almost everyone. In this video, we'll cover a range of different mistakes that non-natives often make when speaking English. We'll look at tricky points, such as talking about age, problems with prepositions, common mix-ups between adjectives and adverbs, and other small but important errors that can make you sound less fluent. By the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of which areas to focus on so your English sounds more natural and confident. The first mistake I hear a lot is, she has 30 years. I know in many languages like German, Spanish, French, the verb have is used to talk about age. However, in English, we always use the verb to be. We also add the word old at the end of the sentence. That means the correct sentence is, she is 30 years old. Here's a fun fact for you. In the UK, people often avoid asking someone's age, especially older adults, because it can be considered rude. Another common mistake is, I am boring. Here, the problem is a confusion between adjectives. Boring describes something that causes boredom, like a lecture or a film, while bored describes how you feel. So, if you're feeling uninterested, you should say, I am bored. This is true for many other participle adjectives with both an ing and an ed form. For example, something that is annoying makes others annoyed. Many learners make the mistake of saying, we can do it also another day. The problem here is the position of the adverb also. In English, adverbs like this usually come before the main verb or after an auxiliary verb, but not after the object. That's why the correct sentence is, we can also do it another day. Placing the adverb in the right place makes your sentence flow much more naturally. Here's a tip for you. Also is often replaced by the phrase as well in British English. However, as well goes at the end of a sentence. So you could say, we can do it another day as well, which sounds very British. I also hear some learners say, she don't, when the correct phrase is, she doesn't. This one is a bit trickier because even some native speakers make this mistake, especially in casual or regional varieties of English. You might hear phrases like she don't or he don't in informal conversations, but in standard English, the correct form is always doesn't. A very common mistake is she speaks English very good. This is a case of adjective versus adverb confusion. Good is an adjective which describes a noun like English. Well is an adverb which describes a verb like speaks. Do you see the issue here? Since we are describing how she speaks, we need the adverb. So the correct sentence is, she speaks English very well. I've heard some learners say, she is more taller than me. This one always frustrates me because I think, so close. It's great to hear they are using the correct comparative. However, they have added in the word more, which is just not needed. Words like taller, faster, bigger are already comparatives, so adding more is unnecessary and incorrect. So, the correct sentence is, she is taller than me. Another frequent mistake is, there is too much people in this room. There are actually two mistakes in this sentence. First of all, when we are talking about more than one person, we use the word people. And even though there is no S at the end, like a normal plural, we still need to use the verb are instead of is. Second, people is a countable noun, so we say too many, not too much. So the correct sentence is, there are too many people in this room. Another one I hear is, he is married with a doctor. The problem here is the preposition. In English, we say married to when talking about someone's spouse. So the correct sentence is, he is married to a doctor. I know using the correct preposition can be really tricky, so let me know if you'd like me to do a full video on it. Some learners say, I enjoy to swim. Here we have an issue with the verb form. The verb enjoy is one of the certain verbs that is always followed by the ing form, not the infinitive. So the correct sentence is, I enjoy swimming. A final mistake I hear all the time is, can you borrow me your pen? This is a really hard one. In many languages, the same word is used for giving something and taking something. But in English, we use the word lend when we give something temporarily, and we use the word borrow when we take something temporarily. So, since you are asking someone to give you their pen, you should say, can you lend me your pen? And there you have it. These are the most common mistakes I've heard among my students. Now that I've given you the tools, keep an ear out for these mistakes in your own speech. Remember, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Ultimately, that's how real progress is made. If you'd like to receive practical tips and real-life English expressions delivered straight to your inbox, don't forget to subscribe to my free newsletter. The link is in the description. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.